Do what? No, you're not doing it alone. You're on this side that says 26 at the bottom, page 26. Okay, everybody should be at the box at the top. It says homophones. Are you with me? Circle the word homophones. Homophones are words that sound the
Same.
but have different
Spellings
and meanings. So they're spelled different and they mean different things. Annex, you're with me? Some homophones are tutu and
Two.
board and
Board.
sun and
Sun.
here and
Here.
there and
There.
there, it's and
It is.
think about all the possible meanings of a homophone and use the word with the meaning intended in the sentence. So one example, let's look at this sentence in the box. It says, I went to the store and the post office too. I mailed 2 letters. Okay, circle all your 2s. How many should you have?
2.
How many 2s do you have?
3. 3 twos.
3 2s. Okay, the first one, I went to the store. What does this to mean? Raise your hand. What does this to mean, Nevaeh?
Something that you do.
Went to the store. It is something to do, but what does just the word to mean? It means you're going to a place. This to is a place. And the place that they're going is the store. So if you can't remember the meaning of that to, use the context to help you. This should be on your paper. Okay, it says I went to the store and the post office too. This to here means what?
Like
Henry?
This two means as well.
As well, or also. Okay, so we're going to put also.
Yeah.
You could say I went to the store and the post office also, or I went to the store and I also went to the post office. So that too means also. You did one thing and another thing. The last one, I mailed 2 letters. What does that too mean? Marissa?
It means like the number 2.
The number 2. Okay, the next sentence, read it to us, Nevaeh.
The turtles lay their eggs over there in the sand. They're buried safely near the rocks.
Okay, what is your homophone in this sentence? Cody? There. We have their eggs over there in the sand and they're buried. You should have them circled on your paper. Why do you have them circled? Okay, the first one, the turtles laid their eggs. What does this there mean? We just saw, so what does this there mean, Patrice?
It means that it's like their stuff. They own it.
They own it. It's something that they own. They own those eggs. Okay, over there in the sand. So the turtles laid their eggs over there in the sand. This there is telling you about a what, Cody? A place. And the place is in the sand. The last one says they're buried safely near the rocks. What does the last there mean? What does that last there mean, Cadence? I need you paying attention. Take that necklace out of your mouth. Braylon?
We need more than one.
No. What is this there? Think about what this apostrophe stands for. Annex?
Like people?
No. What do you think? They are. Annex, you said people because you're thinking about they. If I say they, I am talking about people. But with an R-E, it says there, which stands for they are. So if I took this apart, instead of saying they're buried safely, I could say they are buried safely. Okay? All right. In this case, though, Annex, are they talking about people being buried?
No.
No, they're talking about the what?
The baby egg.
The eggs. So they doesn't always mean people. A lot of times when we say they, we think about people, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it can be things too, okay? All right. So these are some good examples in sentences. Before we move on, let's make sure that we understand some of these others. We've already talked about two, so let's think about board. This first board, what does it stand for? Marissa?
It's like a game board.
Like a game board. It's like an actual board that you lay down, or a board of wood. Okay? This board is like what, Cody?
Like you're bored.
Like you're bored.
What are you gonna do?
You want to go home, play a game.
Just like right now.
Yeah. Some of you may be bored.
Yeah, just like right now.
Okay? Even if you're bored, though, you're learning something, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Sun, S-U-N. What does this sun mean, Damien?
Like the sun.
Okay, the sun in the sky. It's what gives us light, right? Makes it hot in the summer. This sun, S-O-N, what does it mean, Juan?
Like your son.
Who is a what?
Child.
A child, like a boy, right?
Yes.
Okay, H-E-A-R, here. What does that here mean, Nevaeh?
Something that you hear.
Like what?
Like you hear somebody talking.
Okay, it's a sound. You hear someone talking. One way to remember it is that you have the word ear in there. You hear.
Yeah.
Okay, this here, H-E-R-E, is what, Braylon? What does it mean?
It means it's somewhere.
Okay, it's somewhere. Like I am here. Like if you get to someone's house and you're picking them up, you might call and say, I am here. You're at that place. Okay, we've already talked about the theirs. We have its and its. I-T apostrophe S stands for
It is.
it is. Good. And its without an apostrophe S is what?
Like
What?
Like it's an animal. It's a boy.
Well, if I said it's an animal, that would be it is an animal. If I, like a good example, if I have a pair of shoes and I want to send them back, but I can't find the box for it, I might say that's not its box. That box does not belong to those shoes. Okay? That's just one example. We'll see if we can find some others in the worksheet. All right, so scroll down. We're going to do the first four together, and then you'll do, or I'll scroll down. You look down, number one. All right, number one. It says, tell the twins to put their toys. So if it's their toys, which one should we choose, Jose?
The T-H-E-I-R.
Yes, because the toys what?
Are theirs.
Are theirs. It's showing what?
That they ownership.
Ownership. Those toys belong to them. Okay, it says tell the twins to put their toys in the box over there. AJ?
T-H-E-R.
Yes, because we're talking about a what?
Place.
A place. Good. Number two. Read it for us, Juan.
Let's go to the library.
Okay, stop right there. Let's go to the library. Which two are you going to choose? Which two are you going to choose, Rylan?
I'm going to choose the T. The T-O.
Okay, why?
Because it means a place.
A place. And the place we're going is the
Library.
library. Okay? So let's go to the library. Keep on going, Juan.
After lunch and stay until 2 o'clock.
Okay, so 2 o'clock. Which two are you going to choose, Nevaeh?
T-W-O.
T-W-O, because you're talking about a
Number.
number. 2 o'clock. It's a number.
And like 2 o'clock that you switch. That's all.
Yes. Number 3. Read it for us, AJ.
Simon thinks that the spelling words are too difficult.
Too difficult.
Oh my gosh.
Too difficult. Macklin?
T-O-O.
T-O-O. Remember we said this too can mean also, or it can mean excessive. Excessive means it's a lot. So there's a lot of difficulty. They are too difficult. They're not just a little bit difficult, but too difficult. It is excessive how difficult they are.
It means like a lot. So.
Yes. Number 4. Read number 4 for us. Nice and loud, Patrice.
Look over there.
Okay, look over there. Which one are you going to choose, Patrice?
C-H-E-R-E.
Why?
Because it's showing, they're telling her like.
They're talking about looking at a place, a direction. Yes, look over there. Okay, look over there. Keep on going.
And you will see 2 elephants.
Okay, which 2 should it be, Annex?
T-W-O.
T-W-O, why?
Because it's saying, look at, it says, you'll see 2 elephants, like the number 2, like.
The number 2.
Elephants.
Yes, there's more than 1. There's 2. Okay, we've done 4 together. There are 4 left. I want you to, I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 minutes. It shouldn't take you long. To answer the last 4, and then we will check them together. This is going to be for a grade, so you need to do your best. Okay, do the last 4 together. I said together, not together. We will check them together. You do the last 4 by yourself.
Alright, what do we do?
Finish this page, and then we will check them together. Okay, is everybody still working? Okay, you've got time. I just don't want to waste it, so I'm just making sure that we're still working. Well, I'm waiting on you. Focus on it. Okay, if you're done, go ahead and get a highlighter out so that I know you're ready to move on. If you're done, get a highlighter out.
I don't get it.
If you don't have a highlighter, raise your hand. Please don't yell out. Anybody else get a highlighter? Please keep up with these. They should go in your pencil pouch.
Does it matter what color it is?
No, it does not matter. So do not get one to your friends. Remember, we don't need to be sharing supplies. If you don't have one, ask me, and I've got some that no one has used. You need one? All right, let's get ready to check them. So when you're checking these, you are going to highlight if you marked the wrong answer. So you are not changing an answer at all. All pencils should be down. You're only using your highlighter if you got it wrong. If you got it wrong, then you're going to highlight the correct answer. If you got it right, you don't highlight anything. Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay. So you're only highlighting if you got it
Right.
You're only highlighting if you got it wrong. You're highlighting the right answer. Okay, here we go. Number 5. The puppies are cute and they're friendly. Which there did you choose, Jose?
They are.
And they are. Good. And they are friendly too. Which 2 did you choose, Annex?
Two. O-O.
T-O-O. Because that 2 can mean
What do we like highlight?
also. So they're cute and they're also friendly. You only highlight it if you got it wrong. So if you got one of these wrong, then highlight the correct answer. Okay, the first one said, number 6 says, it's so noisy. What are you going to choose? It's so noisy. Jose?
It is.
Okay, so how do you spell that?
I-T-apostrophe-S.
Yes. It's so noisy in here. Which here should you have, Cody?
H-E-R-E.
Yes, because you're talking about a place. It's in here, in this room, in this car. It's a place. Number 7. If you come blank now, if you come right now, which one would you choose? 1?
The one that spelled like R-I-G-H-T.
Yes, right now. W-R-I-T-E is like you're going to
Write
write
a
something
letter.
like write a letter, write a story. Okay, if you come right now, you can have a piece of pie. Which piece are they talking about, Nevaeh?
P-I-E-C-E.
Yes, piece. Like you guys have been talking about fractions. This is a piece of something. Now you guys in math call it a part, but it's also called a piece. Okay. The other piece, P-E-A-C-E, is like a feeling. I have peace about something, or like peaceful, a peace sign. Okay.
Or like a piece, like you eat peas.
No.
No.
Peas that you okay, class.
Yes.
Peas that you eat is not peace. It is peas. So P-E-A-S are the peas that you eat. It's 2 completely different words. That's not a homophone.
Like P with an S.
Okay, number 8. I want to sit over there. Which there would you, if I wanted to sit over there, which there are you going to choose, Cody?
T-H-E-R-E. I mean, no. T-A-E-R-E.
Good. T-H-E-R-E. I want to sit over there so that I can hear the speaker when he comes on stage. Which here, and it's
H-E-A-R.
good. H-E-A-R. Okay? Good. All right, flip it over. Highlighters down. Pick your pencils up.
Pencil.
Okay. Everybody shut their highlighters down, and all you need is your pencil. We're going to do the first 4 together, and you'll do the last 3 by yourself. This is still working on homophones, which are words that we get confused easily. But this time it's a little different. It says circle the 2 words that sound the same in each sentence. So let's do that first. Number 1. Read it to us, Nevaeh.
Which one of the twins won first place?
Okay, so what is your homophone in that sentence? Cadence? Remember, homophone are 2 words that sound the same, but they're spelled differently. Do what? 1. It says which one of the twins won first place? Both of those are said one. Pronounced one, but they're spelled different and they have different meanings. So you need to circle those with your pencil. What does this one here mean? O-N-E, what does it mean? One?
Like the number one.
The number one. What does this one mean, Marissa?
Like I won an Olympics medal.
Like I won an Olympic medal. Like you were having a competition or a contest.
Like Charlotte won the horse race.
So I'm going to put contest so that we know there's a competition. If you're winning something, there's some kind of contest there, okay? Now, the directions say, then write the one word that completes the definition correctly. So if I look at the definition they've given me, it says achieved victory. Victory is when you what? Win. Is another meaning for, so which of these would be for a victory? Which one of those means that you've had a victory, Damien?
One, W-O-N.
Good, W-O-N. Does everybody understand what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. So number 2, read it for us, Cody.
I put a bandage over the cut on my heel to help it heal.
Good. What is your homophone in that sentence? Macklin? Heel. Okay, we have a cut on my heel, and they've used a bandage to help it heal. Remember, if it's on my board, it needs to be on your paper. What is this heel? H-E-E-L. And you use the context. Use the sentence to help you. It's a cut on my heel. What does that heel mean? Jose?
I think it's like at the knee.
No, not your knee.
No, it's like
Marissa?
there. It's like right there.
Yes, your heel is on the back of your foot. Okay, so it is on your body, but it's not your knee. So it's like on your foot, the back of your foot. Okay? It's like, Jose, the bottom of the back. That's your heel. Okay? So you've got a cut there, and you put a bandage to help it heal. What does the heal, H-E-A-L, mean, Macklin? It's going to get better. Can't get my shoe back on. Okay, so cure is another word for, is it like the heel on your foot or the heel that's going to help you get better? Which one would be the same as cure? Annex?
H-E-A-L.
Good, H-E-A-L. Okay, the next one, number 3. My dentist treats all her patients with a lot of patience. What's your homophone, Jose?
Patience.
Patience. So we've got patience and patience. Now, take that out of your mouth. What is that? Honey, if you swallow that, you wouldn't be able to breathe. And it would go real bad, real fast. That's very dangerous. Don't put things like that in your mouth, okay? Do you hear me? Okay, I'm not just getting on to you to be mean. It's to keep you safe. You don't need to put those kind of things in your mouth, okay? All right, the first one, my dentist treats all her patients. What does this type of patients mean? Think about a dentist. A dentist would have patients. What does that mean? What does that patience mean, Cody?
Like we help people with their teeth.
Okay, so they are?
Patients.
What do you say? They help
People.
people. So these patients are people. Now, sometimes they can be animals. Like if you're at a vet, the patients might be animals. But they are people that are going to a doctor, to a dentist, to a vet, in order to get some kind of help. Okay? So these people, the dentist treats these people with a lot of patience. What does that patience mean, Braylon?
Patient means to wait.
Okay, to wait or not be in a
Hurry.
right? Not in a rush.
Like when people are like on a test and stuff.
Yes.
You have to be patient for when they're like done.
Yes. Okay, so it says calmness is another word for, which of these would have anything to do with being calm? Cadence?
Oh, patience.
Which one? The first one or the second one? This one?
I meant
People?
patience.
Okay, the one that's not in a rush. P-A-T. I want you to sit all the way up, Cadence. P-A-T-I-E-N-C-E. Patience. If you're not in a rush, then you are calm and collected, and you're just going about it.
You're chill.
You're just kind of going through the list. Yes, you're chill. This dentist is like, okay, Nevaeh, you may come on back. Okay, Juan, you may come on back. She's not like, Nevaeh, Juan. She's not in a hurry, right? She gets to the next patient and then the next patient one at a time.
You're low battery.
All right, number 4. Oh, thank you. I'll plug up my computer. Read number 4 to us, Cash.
The storm damaged the beautiful capital in the state capital. A building.
Do what? Oh, you were starting to go on and then you stopped. I see. Okay, hold on. I think the charger I usually use in here is making that. Okay, so circle your homophones. I'm gonna have to go next door and get my charger, and I'll be right back.
Do we answer it?
No, don't answer. Just circle it.
It's capital. What?
I'm gone for years.
What is that?
What? You're the one that shouted out.
Okay. Sorry, Miss Megan and I usually share a charger, but I think she's got the one that I usually use in here. Okay, so what is your homophone? Which one should you have had circled? Nevaeh, thank you for that hand. Which one?
Capital.
Capital. Okay, so it says a storm damaged the beautiful capital and the state capital.
So they damaged the capital and national.
Why is it not working? There we go. Okay.
What?
Or capital.
Okay. The storm damaged the beautiful capital. What does this capital mean? What is it? Think about what a storm can damage. What kind of storm damage that would be called a capital? What do you think, Jose?
At the top of the roof of the house.
So it's got to be a what?
House. No. Place.
A place. It's a building. It's a place. Like an actual building or an office, kind of. It's a bigger office, but it's an actual building. Okay? In the state capital. Now, if your state has a capital, that is a what? Rylan?
It's like if there's
What is our state capital? Henry?
Nashville.
Nashville. So it's a what?
City.
A city. It's a city that is the capital. So ours is Nashville. Okay, in Nashville, we have the whole state of Tennessee, and then that it's a bigger city, but that city, Nashville, is our capital. That's where all the business for Tennessee is done, in Nashville. But then within that city, there's a building that a lot of the people that work for the state, like the governor, the people that make laws, legislators, representatives, they work in that capital, in that building. Okay? So if it says a building where lawmakers meet, is the definition of blank. If it says a building where lawmakers are going to be what? Making laws, but they are
Building.
people, right? These are people that make the laws. So think about a building people would be in. Which one would it do you think it would be? I should say every hand in the room. Use the clues we just put up there. Which one is it going to be? Y'all waiting on me to give you the answer. If this is a building where lawmakers, where people are going to meet, which one? Is it going to, are they just going to meet anywhere in Nashville, or are they going to meet in a building? Use the clues, guys. We just talked about it. Nevaeh?
CAPIT.
Yes, thank you, Nevaeh. I think you're getting tired.
I am.
You're getting distracted by the people going down the hall. Let's go. Okay, you have 3 left. You're going to answer the last 3 on your own, and then we will check them. When you are answering them, all eyes here, I want you to, 1, circle the homophone, just like we did. You write the meaning of each one, just like we did. Then you write the answer here. Just like we did. Got it? Okay, go ahead and start. Focus, please. Where's your homophone? Oh, okay. So, no, did you break the chain? So if you have a chain and broken it, what does that mean? What does that mean? It's what? If I break this, what does that mean? It's like torn up. It's not at one piece anymore. It's in multiple pieces, right? So that doesn't mean tired. It means it's like torn up. Okay. And then the chain, so did you tear up the chain and the brakes on your bike? So what's a brake on your bike that make you what? Mm-hmm. So then you can answer on the bottom. Hold on, guys. Let me get some German. Yes. Okay, where's your homophone? Okay, so you think you're good? Okay, wow. Fantastic. So which word did you hear twice? Rylan, are you done? Okay, you didn't circle your homophones and tell me which one what they mean. Just a couple more minutes and then we're going to check them, guys. Yes. Hmm? Alright. Okay, you're going to pick up your highlighter again. So all pencils down and all highlighters up. If you get it wrong, then you're going to highlight the correct one. So number 5. Number 5, it says, did you break both the chain and the brake on your bike? Okay, this brake, did you break the chain? If you break the chain, that means you have what?
Damaged it.
Damaged it, torn it up.
Shattered.
This brake, the brake on your bike, is the thing that makes you stop. So a device that helps the wheel stop is which one? The first one or the second one? Second. This is the one that you should have chosen. If you did not, then I want you to highlight it. If that's not the one you chose. Number 2 says, wow, the historical site was a fantastic site. What's your homophone here? Nevaeh? Site. It's a historical site that was a fantastic site. What does this site mean, Henry?
That site is like it's like a place or like a location.
Yes, it's like a place or a location. So, like the Capitol building could be a historical location. Or if you went to, I don't know, any,
A hotel landmark.
like an official landmark. I'm trying to think of something in Tennessee, but my mind's so blank. No, that's more like a, no. The Smoky Mountains are more like a national park. I'm trying to think of like a historical place. Okay, anyways, the historical site, so it's a place where history happened, was a fantastic site. What does that site mean? Rylan? Like you can see it. So if it's talking about a location, location's another word for site. Which one would you put here?
S-I-T-E.
S-I-T-E. Check your paper. Make sure you have that. If you don't, then I want you to highlight it.
Miss Elena, I got the meaning wrong, but I still got it right.
That's okay. That's okay. And this is for a grade. So even though, like in the grade books, that will count. But this hopefully is something for you to learn from. So the next time you'll know what they mean. Okay? Just because you get one wrong doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That's a learning experience for you.
I know.
Okay, the next one. The tail of the fox with a red tail amused us. What is your homophone here, Cody? Tail. The tail of the fox with a red tail. What does this first tail mean? It's like a
Fairy tale.
like a fairy tale, like a story that you tell. This tail is on their actual what?
Tail.
Tail, like their body. Okay, so story is another word for which one? Which tail you're going to choose, Macklin?
T-A-L-E.
Good. T-A-L-E. If you did not get that correct, I want you to highlight tail. Okay. Yes, Henry?
I thought of a site. Reelfoot Lake.
Yes, that would be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, Reelfoot.
Yeah.
Like
Where some history happened. All right, class. 5, 4. Okay, so we have words on homophones today. We talked about how words can have the same pronunciation. You say them the same, but they mean different things and they're spelled differently. You will come across these words in your text all the time in different stories. So you have to know what they mean in order to understand the story. If you don't know what they mean, then you use the words around them to help you figure it out, just like you did with this activity today. Put this on the corner of your desk. I'll pick it up before the end of class to put it in the grade book, okay? I want everybody to open their book back up to page 12. And we're going to work on finding inferences, and then we will take a bathroom break, okay?
Do we need a highlighter?
No, you do not need your highlighter. All right, I'm looking to see who's on paragraph 12. Juan's ready, Braylon's ready, Cadence is ready, Cody is not ready. You're with me. Yes, Cody. Okay, we take a bathroom break. We'll have some extra time, okay? Alright, so everybody ready? Page 12, paragraph 1. Okay, read paragraph 1 for us, Patrice. Everyone's following along. While we're reading this, I want you to think about what are some things from paragraph 1 that you have learned about Charlotte. Because in just a little bit, we're going to talk about inferences that we have made about Charlotte. What do we know about Charlotte? What kind of person is she? How does she feel? What is her life like? So in order to make those inferences, we have to read the text first. So everybody should be on page 12, paragraph 1, and read it for us, Patrice.
After 10 years at the orphanage, Charlotte wasn't like most girls at her age. And who knew if it was growing up like a following along puppy and pack of roughened boys, or if it was just her own spit and fire. But she never had a doll or a tea party. She couldn't sew a stitch, and she didn't know a petticoat from a peacock. Wild hair springs out of her brown braids, and her ribbons dangled to her waist. Untied, her frock was too big and hung like a sack on her small frame. Smudges of dirt always covered her instead of those lace. For as long as anyone could remember, she wore a strip of leather ring tied around her wrist.
Good. Hey, now I'm going to model for you how I make an inference, and then we're going to make two together. So when I'm thinking about Charlotte, and I'm thinking about what kind of person she is, how she feels, what her life is like. From the clues in the text, this first sentence gives me a lot of information about her. It says, after 10 years at the orphanage. So if I think about that, and I think, what does that tell me about Charlotte? If she's at an orphanage, then I know she doesn't have her what?
Family.
Her family. She doesn't have her family. She doesn't have her parents. And if she's been there for 10 years, that's a pretty long time, right?
Yes.
So if I thought about how I would feel, because remember when you're making inferences, you think about what the story tells you and what you already know from your life. I need all eyes up here. Then I could piece that together, and I could think, if I was in an orphanage and I never got to see my parents again, and I had been there for 10 years, I would probably feel pretty lonely. Don't you think? It says in the story later that her friend is Vern, who is this older man. So her best friend, or the person that she talks to most of the time, is an older man, then she's got to be pretty lonely, right?
Yes.
That means she's not really getting along with the other girls. We know that's because she's not like the other girls.
So?
But if she's not like them, and she's an orphan, and she's been there for 10 years, then I can make a pretty good inference that she's going to be pretty lonely. So, in my document, an inference that I would make, remember in 4th grade we want to use complete sentences. Patrice, you ready? So I might say, Charlotte is lonely. Whoop. You're going to do it in just a minute. So you need to pay attention to these examples. Okay, Charlotte is lonely.
At the orphanage?
Okay, I'm just going to put Charlotte is lonely. It doesn't have to, right now we're not writing a story. We're just making an inference, just a statement. Charlotte's lonely. I know that based on the text. So in the text, I'm going to put exactly what the story said. How do I know that she is lonely? Okay, I'm going to put quotation marks because I'm writing something from the text. And then I'm going to write that sentence that I just underlined. After 10 years
For being at the orphanage.
At the orphanage. Okay? After 10 years at the orphanage. Now, I could keep writing the rest of the sentence, but I'm not. I need just the information to help me make the inference. So, after 10 years at the orphanage. So, if Charlotte is lonely, I'm going to put Charlotte is lonely because she does not have her what?
Parents.
Does not have her parents in her life. So just because you started a sentence doesn't mean that you can't add on to it as you look at the text evidence. So I know she's lonely because she's at a orphanage. She doesn't have her parents. So I use the text to figure out something about her. Okay, what else do you know about Charlotte? From that paragraph, from paragraph 1, what else do you know about her? What did it say about her? What else do you know about Charlotte? Some of you are just waiting on your friends. We're going to wait until all of us are giving it a good try. What do you know about Charlotte, Cadence?
Her parents died in
They're what?
Her parents died in
Yes, but that doesn't say about her parents. I want to know what you know about her. Think about the kind of person she is, how she feels, what she does. Macklin?
She's not really like girly and she doesn't really want to be girly.
Okay, so Charlotte is not very girly and doesn't care to be girly. Okay? Now, we know that. How? What is the text evidence that backs that up? Find a sentence that tells me that she's not girly or that would prove that she's not girly. It doesn't have to have those words, but it does need to be proof. Where's your proof that she's not girly? Macklin made a great inference. She's not girly. How do you know that? Marissa?
In paragraph 1 it says, but she never.
Okay, paragraph 1. Everybody should be there.
But she never had a doll or a tea party.
Okay, but she never had a doll or a tea party. Is there anything else? Macklin?
She couldn't sew a stitch. And she didn't know a petticoat from a peapod.
Hey, she can't sew a stitch. Most girls there at the orphanage do learn how to sew. She didn't know what a petticoat was. We learned that that's something that goes under their dress. Okay, so these are all clues that she's not very girly, okay? So, if I was to come back here, I would put one of those sentences in as my text evidence. I'm going to go with the one that says, she never had a doll or a tea party. And if you kept on reading, it says in there that she didn't care to have one. Okay, let's do one more inference. What's one more thing that we know about Charlotte? She's not very girly, and she's pretty lonely. She doesn't have her parents. What's one more thing from paragraph 1 that you could learn about Charlotte, Cody?
Charlotte wasn't like most girls her age.
Okay, she wasn't, but I think that's kind of what we've got covered here when we say she's not very girly. Those are very similar. What do you think, Damien? One.
It's in paragraph 1 and it says, and who knew if it was growing up like a fine young puppy and a pack of roughing boys.
Okay, so that tells us why she's not girly, right? But let's think outside that box a little bit. Let's not talk about if she's girly or if she's not, because we've already decided that. What is something else completely different that you know about Charlotte? You know she's lonely. You know she's not very girly. There's one other big thing that you know about Charlotte, based on paragraph 1. Patrice?
She wore a strip of leather ring tied around her waist.
What does that tell you? That's your text evidence. What does that tell you? What can you figure out based on that?
She's not girly. Well,
Give me a little more. Why does she have that there?
Because she loves horses.
Okay, so we could say Charlotte what?
She always like horses.
Macklin, tell us what you say. Charlotte is always ready to ride a horse. Now, my text evidence for that is what Patrice just said. When you look at the last sentence, it says she wore a strip of leather rein tied around her wrist, which we said the rein is the thing they use for the horses. So I would write that sentence as my text evidence right here. I would say quotation marks. She wore, and why did I put the quotation marks? But she wore a strip of leather rein tied around her wrist. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That should be of. Okay, she wore a strip of leather rein tied around her wrist. So because she's got that leather rein, I know that she's always ready to ride a horse. That's the reason for it. Okay, you are going to get your computer out in just a minute. You're going to read paragraphs 7 through 9. So 7, 8, and 9. Listen right now. I'm giving you your instructions, and then you'll do it in just a minute. You're going to read paragraphs 7, 8, and 9. They are about Vern. You were trying to figure out what can you learn about Vern. What inferences can you make about Vern? You're going to write, we wrote 3 things about Charlotte. You're going to write 3 things about who? Vern. And they need to be in complete sentences. Okay? So you're writing about Vern in complete sentences. When you're giving me your inferences, the things that you've learned about Vern, I also need text evidence. So whatever you say about him, where's your text evidence that proves that? Remember, your inferences need to be in complete sentences, and your text evidence needs to have quotation marks. When you get your computer out, you're going to log on. You're going to pull this up. I'll write the title of it on the board so that you know what you're looking for. And then you're going to read 7, 8, and 9. Nobody should start typing yet. The first thing you should do is read the text, then make your inferences. Everybody understand? And we'll take a bathroom break while you're working on it, okay? So we'll take a bathroom break, and when you come back from the bathroom, you just go ahead and keep on working on it. All right, go ahead and get your computer out, log into My Google Classroom, and I'll put the title on the board for you.